Alright, welcome back to another Legacy video. We are going to take green-white Depths on yet another spin. This time we've been looking at Sprout's 76 card list, which was stumbling close to top-8ing a challenge. It's basically parts from the previous decks that we've tried out with some important changes and choices. We're still in a Grief meta, so we have some main deck cards for that through a Soul Guide Lantern, a couple of Vexing Baubles. This list is also playing Once Upon a Time main deck. It's a card that I've kind of missed, so it's going to be nice to try that one out again. Back down to 2 Thespian stages instead of 3 like I usually play in my lists. And then Boseiju main deck as well. We're down to 3 knights. That's going to be interesting for me to see what I think about that. I've always been a 4 knight person myself. If we look at the sideboard, we have 3 Path to Exiles, and I think that's well now when Eldrazi is on the move as well. Up to 3 Force of Vigors, 2 Fairy Macabres, a Life from the Loam for the grindy matchups, and then we're back on Disruptor Flute to try that one out, and a Pithing Needle as well. So we're going to try this out for a league, see where we end up. All right, we're here for round 1. We unfortunately lost the die roll. Let's see our hand here. And now we're going to test out a thing that I've been experienced with Once Upon a Time, that you keep hands that you're not supposed to keep because you will probably whiff on your Once Upon a Time. But we're going to try this one out either. We have a draw step and then the search is from Once Upon a Time to find our second land. With that, we can go to turn 1 Green Sun Senate. So we're going to keep this. Let's see if we can find out what our opponent is cooking with. So they play a basic mountain. It feels like Painter was the basic mountain deck we played last league, but we'll see. Let's go Once Upon a Time, see if we can find a land. So far we could be Eldrazi as well. Yeah, we found a land. I'm gonna go for Yavimaya here. Play the Mox Diamond, discard the Bog, play the Yavimaya, and then we're gonna green some for an elf, like so. Let's see if we can find us a Reclaimer. We could. Now it's boltable, which is a little bit sad. Usually I don't like when they're boltable, but we have 3 Senates in hand. Alright, Lorien revealed. Is this maybe some kind of Jeskai list with back to basics? Is that what we're facing up against? It would be really unfortunate. That's a possibility. So what we can do here is that we can either go Green Sun Senate for Dryad Arbor and keep up Reclaimer, or we could go for Outland Liberator. But I like going for Outland Liberator when we have the mana up to activate it. So we're actually going to go for Green Sun Senate for Dryad Arbor here. We're going to do this in a way that we have Knight activation open. Here we're going for a Plains, and then we're using that to go for the Green Sun, the Arbor, and then pass the turn. Now with the Arbor up, we're going to go and sacrifice that for the Reclaimer, unless we're facing down to Fairy or something like that, where we want some extra power and toughness in play. Otherwise, we're going to use that to kind of get our ramp on, and then next turn, we're going to look at cards like Knight of the Reliquary, Green Sun Senate for Safekeeper. Oh, this is the Storm list. In that case, we need to be fast. Here we're going to go for the Caracas. Now, no land. That's unfortunate. So do we go for Knight of the Reliquary, or do we keep Reclaimer up? Now, in this case, Reclaimer for Bojuka Bog isn't that important, or for a land that copies Bojuka Bog, because we do have the Endurance. Well, it's nice to have it uncounterable. Let's see. The Merit plan is not going to be changed by going for Knight of the Reliquary. I think we're going to go for Knight. Here I actually did a minor error. I thought that, okay, because we're going to go for Knight, we might as well attack with Reclaimer. But we're playing against a blue mage, so we're not sure that Knight will resolve. We should have waited for Knight to resolve and then went for attack. All right, let's see. Let's see if we play Ral again. Island Petal isn't really a good sign. 5 cards in hand. 4, 5, Invoke Calamity. You may cast 2 instant or sorcerer spells with mana value 6 from your graveyard or hand without playing their mana cost. Lorien revealed plus, oh, nice Desire. Let's see the hits there. Manamorphous, Scalding Tarn, Demigod of something. All right. Yeah, this was a weird list. Or this is a list that I didn't really expect. Demigod, I haven't seen that in ages. I played against it in Modern sometimes. Yeah, we don't have anything against that one. So we'll just let that through. And then let's hope that start hitting some good cards here. All right, so we can make Merit next turn. Let's see. We can make Merit next turn. Can we make Merit through tapped Caracas? Let's see. Caracas. We need that, right? If we have tapped Caracas, we can knight away the Caracas, go and get Thespian stage, and then Reclaimer. Yeah, we can't do that. Unfortunate that we haven't hit a land. So because the thing is, I'd like to bounce Ral, but with 3 cards in hand, I think that we might be able to let Ral slide. Oh no, wait. Might have done the math wrong. All right. So let's go for the Merit plan. Select the correct one. And then here, oh, we drew the step. That's fortunate. Otherwise, we would have gone for it. Yeah. All right. So we got some storm action. Storm action from quite an annoying angle. I think that we'll bring in the Disruptor Flute for kind of Mind's Desire, although they did have a way to cheat that out. Let's see, anything else here? If their win con is through Demigod, we could go for the Chasm as well. We're going to use Teague as a way through that as well. They had some artifact mana, just a little bit unsure how much. In that case, I like Collector Oof in front of Force of Vigor. And then I'm not really sure how heavy they are on the graveyard. Let's see, what don't I like? We can take away the Lava Spur Boots. I'm not sure that they go through their graveyard that much. We'll delete an Endurance, but we'll keep the Bog in. We can take away 2 Legolas. I don't think that they'll be doing that much interaction, although Legolas is kind of a removal for Demigod, but we want to exile those instead, so we have the Plowshares for that. And with that said, I want to take away at least 1 Source of Plowshares, probably 2. I did not take away the Endurance. Yeah, the reason for me not wanting the swords is that they're kind of a bad hit, so we bring something back in. We'll do a quick reflexes. It does kind of a sword's impression when it comes to handling Ral, at least, and then we'll see if we make any changes for the next game. But that's the deck that we're looking at right now. Like Vexing Bauble. I do not like that I don't have any green sources, but with Vexing Bauble out, we're gonna keep this. I have a Mace of Ith as well, which I probably should board out, but it could buy us a turn against the Demigod if that's their play. Disruptor Flute is sweet. Oh, Force of Will on the Vexing Bauble. That's not fun, but they're down to 3 cards. That's fun. So Invoke Despair is their ramp for Mind's Desire, so that could be a potential flute target. Talon Gates allows us to filter green mana next turn. We'll filter that one out, and then we'll play the Disruptor Flute. Let's see if it was Invoke Despair. If that was the name of it, I couldn't be misremembering. Oh, it wasn't Invoke Despair. It was Invoke something else. Yeah, that wasn't good. I need to find out. We probably should have said Ral as well. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that was probably just bad of us. Should have played the flute and then said Ral. The One Ring as well. Of course you play the One Ring. That's okay. Oh, that's also okay, I guess. My plan was to go and get Safekeeper there, but we have Safekeeper out of the deck. In that case, we'll just play the Claimer, and then we'll go for Depths next turn. We could also go for Collector Roof next turn. We'll see. They have 3 cards. They'll have a lot of cards next turn. And the thing is, maybe we need to go for Oof and then make a slower Depths pile, or make a slower run for Depths. So go for Collector Roof, turn off the One Ring, because the One Ring is going to be worth 6 cards. Sorry, the One Ring's not going to be worth 6 cards. It's going to be worth 3 cards. So am I afraid of 3 cards? Okay, Intuition. Is it Liars now? Demigod's Seething Song. So you need mana. Burning Wish. What are we getting for Burning Wish? A Mental Eruption. Making a lot of flying storm creatures. Alright, new plan. Go and get Glacial Chasm. So new plan. Go and get Glacial Chasm. just think I want to go and get something with greens then as well. The thing that I would like to do is just, you know, go and get oof and a thing, but I can't do that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. There was a line where I went for the Lage, and when I did that, yeah, but I think we need to, so we go for Dried Arbor. Oh, we had the Safekeeper. Sorry, of course we had the Safekeeper. So if we go for Safekeeper, and then Elvish Reclaimer goes and gets Glacial Chasm. Glacial Chasm comes in, so we go and get a land. Yeah, we're still gonna be able to make it. So in that case, we get Safekeeper, and then we play around Stifle, I guess. Get a land from Flagstones, get the Glacial Chasm, sacrifice Talon Gates. Now we have a multi-plan for the dragons, or not a multi-plan for the dragons, but we have a multi-plan for the Merit Lage. Yes, I'll pay 2 life, play Dark Depths. I'm probably going to play the diamond as well. Here we'll get rid of the Mazavith. Now we have, so we can do Merit, and then after that we can go for the step. Let's see if they have anything to get themselves out of this with Intuition. They're going for Brainstorm. And we're drawing some cards off the ring. So do we think that they can only win through damage? And if that's the case, do we even go for the Merit Lage? Or do we just hide behind Glacial Chasm until the One Ring kills them? The thing is that eventually they're going to draw another ring. I think that's what they're going for right now to get protection. We could just start going for some value lands with Reclaimer and then just keep Chasm going, eventually turning Thespian Stage into Chasm. And we also have the way to create it out of the grave as well. Kind of depends. If they have the One Ring here, we'll see. Because if they just have the dragons, and I mean, if they have some Grape Shot or something like that to try to win with, we can hide behind the Chasm. And I mean, even if they play Wasteland to waste us off our Chasm, we can both copy it with Thespian Stage and then go for going deeps. I have 7 cards in hand. That's a lot of cards. All right, so they want to kill my Safekeeper. I don't want my Safekeeper to die. We will solve that by giving it protection or shroud. All right, so now we have the choice. We could do Merit because so if we pass the turn, yeah, we don't want to give them too many cards. And then here I'm going to crop away the Chasm and go for protection against red land. If they try something, we're going to give our Merit Lage Shroud. Smarter play here would have been to sacrifice the Glacial Chasm for the Merit Lage. Because the thing is, if they have an answer now a bounce, this is really bad for us. And that's the Invoke Calamity, which is the card that our Disruptor Flute should have named. Invoke Calamity. So what are we playing? You're playing life. Force of Will. Alright. I don't understand. Is it to build Storm, perhaps? Oh yeah, they're building Storm, and then they probably have something that tries to kill me here. Probably should have just hit him behind the Chasm, but I don't know. Now they're Mind's Desire. Alright, let's see. 4 cards. Lotus Petal, Manamorphose, Lotus Petal, Engineered Explosives. So Manamorphose here. Yeah, alright. Maybe we could have piloted that game a lot better. We still won eventually. I don't know if it's right to hide behind your Glacial Chasm there and hope for them to not draw another ring, or if there is a smarter way to go out with the Glacial Chasm there. We could have kept Reclaimer up, sacrificed the Glacial Chasm to give Merit Lage Shroud, but in that case we wouldn't be able to punch through with Sagiri Step. So yeah, I'm not sure I played that optimal, but we won anyway. So let's go to game number 2. All right, time for game number 2. We won the die roll. Let's start. This hand is no fun at all. We're gonna mulligan it due to a lack of early plays. This is better. In this case, we're going to put Dried Arbor at the bottom and then go for a turn 1 Reclaimer. So discarding the Bog, we play the Sanit, the Reclaimer, and now the Reclaimer is up and running. Let's see, hope that it sticks. I have nothing, so let's just pass until it's our turn. Underground Sea, pass. That's okay. That's interesting. So my first thought was to Wasteland, Underground Sea, and then have Elvish Reclaimer up. The thing is that they're probably going to cycle Troll anyway, so we might as well do that plan. The other plan is to get Saga Saga running. Go Saga this turn. Keep both Reclaimer and Crop Rotation up. Go for the Wasteland next turn. The thing is, if we Wasteland on this turn, we're getting one less turn against the Frog, because this should probably be scammy. I don't want to play against the Frog quite yet, so we'll play Wasteland. And then if they don't go for anything in the end of their turn, we'll Wasteland them on their upkeep. So they go for Brainstorm. I'll just Wasteland. I'm going to Wasteland them anyway when the Brainstorm resolves. It'd be unnecessary to give them extra information, but I think it's okay. And then we are going to go for the our nice land. With our nice land, I mean the flagstones. If they have main deck removal, and they might have started playing 1 mana removal now when Frog's in town. Could push the Reclaimer here, but we still need to start getting something going. And here it's Saga and pass. Now we have Crop Rotation and Reclaimer up. And then Saga will slowly tick down towards main deck Graveyard Hate. I think that the big question here is if they go for Grief, do we Crop Rotate? Answer to that is probably no. There we got the Swamp Cycler that we were talking about before. Their mana's perfect. We're going to plow a Frog. 7 cards. That's a lot of cards. All right. You're not going to go for Frog? Well, I'm going to go for the Reclaimer. Are you going to bounce the Reclaimer? And here we go for... So we're going to make Construct. I still think that we go for the Flagstones. This is if we need to do emergency Crop Rotation, for example. So the push. Do we save the Knight? We can do an emergency Crop Rotation. Yeah, let's do that. We get a Force of Will here. Don't get a Force of Will. Days. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not going to pay. This was going to get us anyway. All right, so now we're going to have Saga and Plow open. The only... Oh, that's good. I said that the only bad thing here is that we're not that good against... I mean, we don't have anything if they go for a reanimation here. If they reanimate the right thing at least. So now we're going to go for Entomb. We're going for an Archon maybe. We have 2 layers of protection. Oh, it tracks. Yeah. We're going to try to crop for a Bog. See if we can get that one running. No, Bog is already gone. We are going to Echoing Depths. There we go. Ponder. Now we're going to create a Construct, and then from the beginning of next turn and forward, we're going to have Graveyard Hate up. And we're going to start on a mini clock as well. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, all right, there we got it. So the Soul Guide Lantern won us that one. So what do we like here? I like 1 mana exile based removal and Fairy Macabre. Kind of like Life from the Loam. Do I like the Chasm? I don't know. I know I boarded it in last week or when I played a matchup before, but the thing is, it doesn't stop what I want to stop, which is Archon. It doesn't stop the Archon trigger. Let's see how many cuts we have. We're going to cut Outland Liberator. I'm not sure that's the axes that we want to go on. We're going to cut Once Upon a Time. That's something that we can cut when we don't know what to cut. We're going to go for 1 Boots. This isn't about being fast in that way, although they are nice. We could go down 1 Reflexes, but they're playing both Fatal Pushes and Bounce as their interaction. So let's look at the land base. What do we have there? Maze of Ith. It can buy us a couple of turns against Troll, but that's it. I could see going down on a Dark Depths and on a Boseiju as well. I'm going to start with Boseiju, and here we need a last cut. The Mox Diamond is one of these cards that I could see myself boarding down on, but I think that we'll try the list from here. Let's hope that, let's see what they go after, if they're on the Dothy plan or not. This is great if we had lands, but we do not, so we need to mulligan it. This one here isn't great. Doesn't have a green source, so we don't have Crop, Reclaimer, or Knight open. We need to mulligan this as well. This is about the same hand, but even worse. So we'll go down to 4. Yeah, we'll keep this. Bottom, Reclaimer, Heath, either Forest to win. So yeah, we're gonna keep that with Savannah and then hope to draw the land. We could probably have gotten away with getting rid of the Macabre as well. When I said draw land, I meant another land. Let's see if they have Entomb here or if they're cycling for another land. They have Entomb here and we get to disrupt. Oh, they're doing the Undercity, of course. We get to disrupt their game plan a little bit, it would be nice. We'll see. It's also a little bit sad that we have Path and not Plow in this case, because we don't want to give them extra lands when they're up on cards and everything. Push, no. Dismember, yeah, dismember, sure. I don't have that much to say about that. I guess there's one world where we keep the second Reclaimer and bottom the Macabre and say that we're going to be dead to your stuff anyway. Here we're just going to keep rotation and Path open until they do something. Right now we just want to build out our hand. Step is okay to drop. They're short on lands. This isn't a good opportunity for us to start wastelanding them when we're short on cards. And they will draw their way out of it anyway. So let's see. Oh, Thespian Stage. That's nice. Now we're getting to a point where we can go for the combo eventually as well. Thespian Stage also allows us to double up Maze of Ith, but we're going to start by making it a Savannah to get a little bit better mana. Savannah for better mana. Right now we can start making it a Maze of Ith. I'm not going to go for the combo when they have 6 cards in hand. It's just not going to work. What I could do here though is go for Dried Arbor. Feels like we have enough lands right now. So go for Dried Arbor and start getting some beats in. If they want to start spending removal on Dried Arbor, that's okay for me. It's not a prioritized card from the side of the table. I don't think that they play any instant threats. They can bounce it. Oh, that's good. Double crop rotation is sweet. That allows us to soon we can start value cropping, or we can crop for a target. I think that here the merit plan is a little bit far away, so in this case we would go for a construct beatdown. In their end step we'd go for Urza Saga, especially if they try to remove the Dried Arbor. If they try to remove the Dried Arbor now, we're absolutely going to try to save it with the crop rotation. Or not save it, we're going to sack it, but I guess you know what I'm saying. The bad thing is if they have a wasteland in hand, but I will have the second crop there. It feels like the graveyard we're quite safe from right now. I'm worried about like the Frog or something like that. The Frog and then a counter for a Path, but we have Maze of Ith there, so yeah, we'll see. All right, let's see what our opponent wants to do. Play time for the hardcast Grief, maybe? Grief. Do we go for the combo? Problem is, if we didn't attack with Dryad Arbor, the combo would have been better for us. Now, this is where we go for Saga, right? We can start by them griefing us. Or do we? Because if they can take a crop rotation and then force a will. It's better for them not to have the information. So we'll go for the Saga now. And then they get to grief us, probably taking the crop rotation. And they took the Fairy Macabre. All right, so they... Echoing Depths. In this case, I actually think that we play Echoing Depths, but just as a normal mana source. We're going to need all the mana we can. So we'll just have that as a normal mana source. Now we can make Construct. We probably have some kind of counter magic for a crop rotation. That's okay. I mean, I'm not happy for it, but it's going to be okay. No. All right, let's make Eye here. They have something in response. Counter target Carla lesser triggered ability. Replicate one. Counter target triggered ability. Which one is it? It's the search ability. Unless I pay 2. Okay, guess I'll... wait, I want to pay 2. How do I pay 1? Oh no, sorry, it's not, I don't have the choice to pay it. Yeah, I guess that's a sweet... That's a sweet card. All right, we're getting Grief down there, as that means that we want to reanimate it. Yeah, you can reanimate Grief. What do you want to take? Crop rotation or Path Exile? Because I'm going to make Saga tokens. That was an annoying card consigned to memory. That's going to be really annoying to keep track of. Took the removal. Now we'll make you to a Maze of Ith. Yeah, that's annoying because now we can't make construct tokens. We'll get a Soul Guide Lantern, take away the Reanimate. Here, we're not going to play the Dark Depths out. And the reason for not playing the Dark Depths out is that we want the combo to come as a surprise next turn. And I'm not going to attack with the Construct token either. I just feel like, in this case, we can keep crop rotation up as well. And they're not attacking. All right. Let's start with the Reclaimer. The Reclaimer sees a Force of Will, and we play Dark Depths. Now, unfortunately, can't protect Merit Lage, because I went for the Reclaimer, but that was going to be Force of Will anyway. But this might need them to, we might force them to make some kind of move here. We'll see, not. All right, so we're keeping that up. The Juka Bog is both good and bad, because we have our copy land, our Echoing Depths there. We don't want to show them the bog, but still I think we want to make the land drop. Play around the Flying Dragon. I don't know if they play the Flying Dragon anymore, but now we're playing around it. So do we put them on 1 or 2 layers of interaction? We'll see. We'll put them on 1 layer of interaction. Could have that stifle effect again. Nope, they did not. All right, we won that one. Yeah, we could have a little bit more patience there, but I feel like they were not drawing what they want to. I don't know if their hand was really reactive or what the problem was. I'm happy that we won the game. All right, we won the die roll for our next game. We're facing up against Caleb Durwall. That's fun. We would like to start. All right, let's see. We could go turn 1 Soul Guide Lantern, turn 2 Elvish Reclaimer, or turn 1 Elvish Reclaimer if Once Upon a Time hits. So we'll keep this hand. We're going to go Once Upon a Time and try to find a green source to drop the Reclaimer, because it's too strong to have like Reclaimer up. Let's see. Once Upon a Time, green source, please. Otherwise, we're going to go Flagstone Soul Guide Lantern and keep that one up. But we'll start here and see what happens. Yeah, that's the Once Upon a Time I'm used to. I'm going to exile my Once Upon a Time. I have to exile my Once Upon a Time. I'm going to exile my Once Upon a Time just to kind of punish it for being a bad Once Upon a Time. Turn 2 Reclaimer. Let's see. Chromox, Ortholingus, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, yeah. I mean, I don't like it. I can't do anything about it. Well, that's a good draw. So now we go Yavimaya, Claimer, Safekeeper. Now we have the possibility to sacrifice the board if they attack with this Shaman token. Just having that possibility is good, I guess. So what are we up against? It could be the Initiative. Could be, yeah, it's the Initiative. Is this going to be Initiative or it could be Humans as well, but I'm not that fond of Initiative. Generally speaking, I'm a little bit bad against that deck. Yeah, that's not good. Let's see what they're going for. Forge, making a larger goblin maybe, pushing some damage. Oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot how that card works. All right. Of course. Do I block the thing? Do I block the thing? It's going to cost me... I have 1 land left. That's enough to go and get the Initiative next turn. What's the alternative if I don't? I can still go and get the Initiative next turn. I can do it with 1 more Reclaimer out. They have 4 cards in hand. That means that they have... Can also do the double block here. I'll do the double block. See which one they place first, if it's the Reclaimer or the Safekeeper. We're going for Reclaimer first. All right. That's also a good card. I can attack. They block Sylvan Safekeeper, but I get the Initiative. And then I have a plow open. So they block Safekeeper. I get the Initiative. I go for basic planes. Play planes. I get allow the Dungeoneer. I probably should have allowed it before it goes on to do the thing. All right, we have the Initiative again. That's unfortunate. What creature are they forging onto the Dungeoneer? Yeah, that's probably smart. So here I can either play my second Reclaimer, or I can give my first Reclaimer Pro White and then go back and grab the Initiative. Yeah, let's do that. Pro White, and then I think we're just gonna draw the Soul Guide Lantern. Now, in this case, they want to go the aggro route, so let's go Last Well. All right. I guess we're going for the Merit plan. We're not going for the Merit plan anymore. Oh, that's too bad. All right, let's draw a card from Soul Guide Lantern. And the end step, at least. Something is happening before that. We're going Ballistic. Oh, that's good. And we just have the Thespian stage on top. Let's see. Yeah, I think we were dead already, but we'll see. Let's just draw a card and see which card lies below the Thespian stage. It's a Buchseiju, which would have allowed us to... It would have allowed us to go for the combo, but I think it's just gonna be too late. Yeah, and we don't have the green mana, but you know where... Yeah, no, we're dead. Let's sideboard against the Initiative. So I like Path to Exile. I like Glacial Chasm. And then there's the question about their artifact mana. Do we attack it? Do we not attack it? So they're going to have a combination of Chromoxes, which are great for Force of Vigor targets, and then they're going to have Petals, which are not that great of a Force of Vigor targets. We also saw the Riding Knights card as well, which would be a Galactique. Okay, let's see how many cuts we have. So we'll go out with Endurance. Vexing Bauble on the play is okay. On the draw, not that much. Here, Lava Spurt's Boots is actually a really good card. We go a little bit faster. The Bog doesn't do anything, so we'll take that one away. Otherwise, I like most of the cards. I think we can get rid of a Maze of Ith as well. So we'll go get rid of a Maze of Ith. And then maybe one Vexing Bauble. No, we'll keep the Vexing Bauble. A Soul Guide Lantern. Get out of there, Soul Guide Lantern. All right, I think this is okay. And then if there's a game 3, we'll see if we reconsider anything. But otherwise, I think this is great. Let's see, we have turn 1 Reclaimer into a plethora of removal. We'll keep this. We're actually going to go off a Boseiju to be able to keep removal up. Yeah, we'll go off of Boseiju. We'll go off of Boseiju. Let's see what happens. Plow. Okay, here we could go for Second Night. We could also do Once Upon a Time. Now we'll go for Second Night. For the basic planes, they tend to board in Magus of the Moon. Them boarding into Plow tells me that they might not be on Chalice post-board, because that's also something that I'm a little bit weak to now when boarding in that much 1 mana removal spell. We'll see. Monolith. All right. Super rampy. Okay, Containment Priest, Mirror Breaker, Containment Priest. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. Turns off Green Sun Senate. Green Sun Senate is a card that I believe that we have in our hand right now. This is going to be hard. Question is, do we allow them to have a token? I don't think so. But it's just so bad to blow a token. No, it's better to keep the Reclaimer up. Yeah, we'll allow them to have a token. And then we're going to go Reclaimer for Plains thing. Getting an Archon. What's their 4 mana play? Case of Chaos Adventure. That's okay. Here, what I could do here is they're on 0 cards. So I could Path to Exile. Get Path to Exile their Containment Priest and then go for Dryad Arbor and keep that up as a jump blocker for their Shaman and then keep the initiative. I think that's a okay plan. Go for Dryad Arbor, which is now allowed to enter the battlefield thanks to the thing disappearing. And then here we're going to jump with the Dryad Arbor. Keep the initiative away. And then next turn, hopefully, we'll draw land, thereby allowing us to go Knight into removal. So here we're going to scry for the land. That on the bottom, that on the top. A Wasteland. Plow Kiki. And then hopefully we'll stabilize from this here. What am I sad for here? I'm sad if if they draw Solitude. That's bad for us. Solitude is bad for us, but if we get to keep this board up for 1 more turn, yeah, we're fine. All right. Great. Let's see. Anything else? Any changes? No, I don't think so. All right. Let's hope that we can get them on the draw, which is not the easiest thing to do, but we'll see. Oh, wait. I should have added Collect Roof as well. No. I forgot that they showed us Grim Monolith turn in the last game. That would be a great Monolith target. All right. This is going to be a keep. Hope that they don't do anything too broken on turn 1. Yeah, we should have taken out Bauble and brought in some other stuff because they're going to dump all the zeros out now. All right. Yeah, that could have been worse. Maybe we should have Force of the stuff in here for that one as well. All right, let's see if we can punish. Do we go for Saga? No. We discard the Saga. Maybe Wasteland the Tomb there is also wrong. Could have gone turn 3 Knight otherwise. Because the thing is that they're going to get to loot. Yeah, we probably should have not wasted their Tomb there. Although wasting their Tomb also helps us. So we'll see. Otherwise we'll go Sanet for something. Alright. If they don't have a land drop here, that's wise. All right, I like to sand it for Dryad Arbor. Sand it for Dryad Arbor. Play Step or play Bauble. Let's play Bauble off of Plains. Turns off some of the top decks. Or they turns off some of their fast mana. They're getting mana from the Shaman. So this is a place where Oof would be great as well. All right, let's go Knight of the Reliquary. Give it pro red, give it pro white was the correct color. Any future knights? No, not next turn, but any future knights after that will have haste. Okay, what do we have for 3 mana? It's, oh yeah. All All right. Let's start by drawing a card. That's a knight. All right, let's see. Do they navigate this? I guess that they want the monarch back, so they need to make some kind of attack. They're making that attack. All right. They're also looking for mana. I'm going to take that token away there, and then we get to untap. We're going to be really glad. Seems like that. Because now we have the Chasm up, so we can go, we're low on life. Oh, that's beautiful. But it's a multi-turn thing. So we're going to start by trying to get the monarch back. So I don't like them having the monarch. Yeah. So what happens here? Yeah, we can let that resolve. Go for Thespian Stage and do the combo anyway. All right, so let's see. The reasoning for going for the Lage there is to play around Wasteland, of course. The Solitude is what I think their out is in that case, and I think that we would have seen Solitude before, maybe a Knight or something like that. He could draw into Solitude here, which of course would be bad for us. What they can do is that they can go for an attack and try to draw some better cards, but if we get on tap with the team here, it's great for us. So we'll see. I think that they need to attack. They don't need to attack. They get to draw a card, and we won. Yeah, there is a reason for us to say let's chill a little bit. I think that the Arbor attack was just bad. I really wanted to get the Monarch back, but I didn't think about Containment Priest, which we saw in the previous game. If I thought about that, I wouldn't have attacked with the Arbor. I would probably just have booted up the Knight or played Reclaimer and booted Reclaimer up and attacked with Reclaimer. I think that's probably a better play. But yeah, we managed to squeeze through. That's great. Let's go to the next game. All right, time for the next game. We've lost the die roll, rolled a 3. Our opponent rolled a 5. Let's see what we can do. And unsurprisingly, chose to play first. This hand is not a keep. We don't have any colored sources. We don't have any sources at all. Our opponent mulligans down to 6 as well. We'll follow. This is better. It's not perfect, but we'll keep it. And we'll bottom Heath. Have as much options as possible. Could also see an argument for bottoming the Caracas here. Opponent went down to 5 cards. Is it oops? Is it something else? Is it a Lotus Petal? A lot of petals today. It is oops. It is oops. I like our hand better now. Here we can go for Savannah. I feel like if we get to untap with Reclaimer, we're really happy. Now we have 1 Endurance. Now, 1 Endurance is the type of hate that they can beat. But having both Reclaimer and Endurance up is so hot. Let's see. I'm going to play the Caracas here. The reason is that end step I want to spin away the Caracas, but I still want to have Wasteland to mess with their mana. All right, let's get rid of the Caracas. Go for the Flagstones plan here. Stage is good. Stage is good indeed. We're still going to stick to the plan though. Start trying to collapse their game plan. We have 2 layers of interaction up, but they are filling up their hand. All right, they didn't want to play that game anymore. All right, oops, all spells. Here I like GWx. Cabra is good. Going to take away the Plowshares. We're going to put in Pithing Needle and Disruptor Flute. So Pithing Needle and Disruptor Flute. I'm taking Pithing Needle for the Undercity Informer. Maybe that's a little bit too narrow. We'll see how many cuts we have. Boots are not that good. We're going to take away everything that kind of protects us from something at all. Maze of Ith. Oh, that's too many cards on the board. What's semi-relevant here? Oof, I guess. Then we need 1 more card back in. Let's go for Force of Vigor. They play Leyline sometimes. Let's go for 2 Force of Vigors and take away the Pithing Needle. I think I like this. I need 1 more card in my deck. We'll do like that. Go for 3 Force of Vigors. And if we don't see Leyline, we might bring Needle back in. Vigor is only good against their artifact mana, so it kind of depends if they dump that out. Let's see. Oops, all spells. What do we have? We don't really know. So if they go turn 1, we're a little bit, this is not too good. We have Once Upon a Time that can hit either Endurance or Fairy Macabre. And then after that, we're going to be able to keep crop rotation up for, oh, there's the ley line. Good. I hope that you kept a bad hand for that ley line. Oh, now we have 2 hits. Yeah, let's see. Cabal Ritual. Sure. Spy. All right. Nothing weird there. Let's cast a Once Upon a Time with the Narcomedia triggers on the stack. We did not find the animals we were looking for. Sure, they're saying Fairy Macabre, or what's the name here? Mindbreak Trap. Yeah, that's better. Guess I could have guessed that we would go for it anyway. Maybe should have just scooped there, not given away the information that we're on the Disrupt Your Flute plan. All right, now we can see the game. We go into sideboarding. Did we see anything there that makes us want to change the way that we think? I don't think so. We just need to keep a better hand. Vexing Bauble turn 1 maybe? Do we think that we have a green source in our top 5 cards? If we think that we have a green source in our top 5 cards, we're okay. The problem being if they have the ley line, what else do we do there? So we go green source. Nah, we're going to mulligan this. We need something even better. Okay, this one is better. This time we're going to think about sequencing, which is seeing that we play the Mox Diamond before the Vexing Bauble. And this is hard. Here, I think that the bottom actually is the Knight. So we go turn 1 Vexing Bauble and we go to turn 2 Oof. So we bottom the Knight. We go turn 1 Vexing Bauble, turn 2 Oof. No, not Oof. What's it? The Teague. Teague is name. There's, of course, nothing that's as that we're going to be out of the woods yet. Okay, they went to clean up. Played the Spy. All right, let's see if Teague allows us to win the game. What Teague at least does is that it turns off the reanimation spell. Yeah, we got it. So I don't know, I think maybe it was the Vexing Bauble that won us that game, because opponent didn't seem to have their mana in place in check, but I think the Teague kind of helped us close it as well. 4-0, let's go for the 5th game. All right, time for the final, the big potential 5-0. We're on the play. We're going to be on the play. We are going to keep this. This is going to be a gamble. We have no colored sources, but if we Vexing Bauble is a good card, we'll win. If Wasteland's a good card, we'll win. We always gamble when we're in the 5-0. Maybe opponent will help us with the mana so we can copy something with the stage later on. Well, at least we got a 2-for-1 there. Force of Will, Psychic Frog. So we're about to get scammed. Probably Grief in this case, otherwise I guess that they wouldn't have forced. Well, the force would be worthless anyway, but yeah, that's an okay draw. I mean, it's not that good, but it's okay. We'll play the Liberator here. There is an argument for keeping Plow open, but let's just start doing stuff. Entomb, Reanimate is unfortunate. Go for Archon. But if they go for Archon, we discard Legolas Click Reflexes. And then, oh, that's the cycle for the Troll. The Troll we can Plow. At least Liberator turns off Animated, which is not completely irrelevant. Okay, right now. So yeah, they'll strip our interaction here. Take the Plow, which I guess is okay. Do they have, is it animated? Yeah, it's animated. All right, yeah, that's good for us. The only problem here is that we need to take a hit if we want to do it for free. And then if they play 2 spells, we can't do it for free anymore. But we'll take a hit. We can afford taking 1 hit. So Brainstorm that. I think that means that we're not going to take a hit. Because if they have Brainstorm now, they're looking at 5 cards. They're probably going to see another card that they can play. But we could also wait till the end step because that allows us to fade 1 more turn of reanimation, because if they attack now, we destroy the animate dead, they can just reanimate the Troll post-combat. Bounce here is okay, we can save that with the reflexes, although I'd rather use reflexes for something else. They're animating the Grief. Yeah, so now they're going to flip, so they might as well attack. We are going to destroy the animated, and then hopefully rip ourselves into the combo. Let's not rip ourselves into the combo. And then we'll copy a forest there. All right, so now it's a top deck. They're 1 card in hand against my 2 cards that are kind of worthless. But we'll see. Yeah, they're really worthless. All right, let's drop a wasteland for some opponent's wasteland. Isolation, yeah, now it's the cantrip time. The thing is, I just need to draw something relevant here, and I think that we're in quite good shape. They could be on some kind of bounce spell as well, but they're reanimating. Now we are facing a real clock. Removal or something else. That's not removal and that's not something else. I'm gonna play out the step there. Let's see, we got 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we still have outs. We can get Maze of Ith through our tutor package. There we have Maze of Ith. Now they might have Force of Will, of course. So be it. Unfortunately, we can't go for the merit now because we need Protect Against the Troll. Let's see. Do you have the force? They probably have the force. Yeah, it's been a little bit too them having 3 cards in hand probably puts them in for 4 cards. They pitched the days as well. Yeah, that was unfortunate. It was maybe not the hand that you're supposed to keep. But I kept it and it started to turn out well, and then we kind of got bricked. All right, let's see. On the play, Vexing Bauble, Lava Spur Boots, out you go. Once upon a time, out you go. I don't remember what we did with Outland Liberator, but I think it's good to have some backdoor. We have that in Besage You as well. There we saw the game where Maze of Ith is okay, but I still think it's just okay there. So we'll take 1 away, and this time we'll probably try to trim a Mox Diamond. See how that works out. Please, if you have a better plan for this game, just let me know in the comments. But we're going to try this one here. I would like to play first. All right. What does this hand do? It allows us to go for... it allows us to go for the Reclaimer. The discard here is the Dark Depths. So go Mox Diamond, Flagstones, and then go for Reclaimer. Force them to either interact with us or pass the turn. Allow us to protect our Reclaimer. Oh, City Sewers, you say. Binning a Grief is probably not a good sign. This is interesting. So I'd like to get Safekeeper down. Now the only way to get Safekeeper down is to, because it's also good, I also want the Deeps to copy the Depths, but I think that the play here is play Deeps without a copy, go Safekeeper, and then go for a multi-turn line instead. We have 1 Depths left in the deck. We can go for Bog. Unfortunately, if they go for Grief. So if they go for Grief, I don't really know if I care about the Bog. The thing is, we're in this game, we're afraid of the Frog. We're afraid of Archon. We're afraid of, not Archon, the other thing. Yeah, sorry, it's the Archon. That's what I meant. So do we get Maze of Ith here? I think we do. Yeah. Now I remember why we should have kept the Maze of Ith in. I do not have Maze of Ith in. So then we have a real choice here. Saga is not where I want to be right now. There are 5 cards. Just think it's another Flagstones. All right, I just remember why we should have kept Maze of Ith in the deck. That's a good card. So what can we do here? We can go for, I keep 2 mana up, so we can go for a 2 mana play. This is where I wish that my board contained more fun stuff. We can go for the Liberator, force them to discard their hand and make it fly. But in that case, it's just better to go for a second Reclaimer, I think. So we play that one there. We go tap colorless, tap green source. Go for Reclaimer, pass the turn. Next turn, we're going to go, or the end step here, we're going to go Thespian Stage and then Dark Depths and hope that they don't play a Wasteland. That's not a Wasteland. I think that they're building up for Flying Frog. We're gonna block this frog if we get the chance. Oh, that's the Wasteland. We're not gonna get the chance to block the frog, right? So we're gonna go for a Wasteland this turn. Okay, we are going to get the chance to block the frog. Let's block the frog with... If we block with the Reclaimer, they need to discard 2 cards. Or we just block with the Dryad Arbor. And then... Pay 2, sacrifice it, and go and get a wasteland. That's an endurance. All right, if we pass the turn, we'll keep double activation up or reclaimer. Are they going for a grief now? Oh, they're keeping. All right. Yeah, that's a card. So let's start forcing the action. Let's see. So if we wasteland, they wasteland. They're going to waste our depths. So what I'm thinking about here is if we go for stabilizing, because we're going to be able to play out our endurance next turn. Or if, let's see, if we waste their wasteland. Let's see, 2 mana to go and fetch. Yeah, it's going to be tapped anyway. But it's just so good value. Yeah, we're going to sack the flagstones. Anyway, that one's just through 3. And then here we'll get the bog, I guess, to take their grief away. Yeah. The thing here I'm thinking about is, do I play the endurance now? I probably should waste their wasteland, because otherwise they're going to waste the thing there. Yeah, we're going to waste their wasteland. The basic forest. Why did I waste the wasteland? Well, because one of my outs here is getting some kind of removal for the Harbinger. So if I get removed for the Harbinger and I have a Dark Depths down, it'll automatically trigger it. They're trying to end the game real quick. 5, 6. Yeah, we'll take that. We have endurance up for the block. I think that was kind of a waste for them there. So now we're going to play Dark Depths. Attack for 6 means they can't chump block. Yeah, I think playing Dark Depths here and then attacking for 6. And then see if we can trick them into attacking with Harbinger next turn, and thereby tawing up our depths. They have 2 cards in hand. Their black cards are turned off. Wasteland, they should have played the wasteland there. So we're giving it flying. Just attacking with the frog. We're going to go in with endurance, and we're going to chump. For life total high. Maybe we should have taken 1 hit. Ooh, that's a good card. They have 0 cards in hand as well. We'll start by attacking. We maybe should have kept one of the Elvish Reclaimers up. It's just that we have Safekeeper out as well. So Maze of Ith in. They play Harbinger. That means that I want a diamond in as well. What other cuts can we make? Can probably cut the baubles now when we're on the draw. It's a turn 1 grief I'm afraid of, not the turn 2. Well, I'm afraid of the turn 2 as well, but it's the one that I'm keeping off. And then we can keep an Outland Liberator in for an animate that. Otherwise, an Outland Liberator for a Vexing Bauble would be a possibility, but we're going to do like this. Let's see, last game for all the marbles. All right, what do we have here? We have a keep. It's not a good keep. No turn 0 interaction is not that good, but we have, if we get a first turn, this looks okay. Yeah, ponder, that feels like we're going to get a turn 1. So turn 1 will be discard Arbor to Mox Diamond, go for a Reclaimer. Could also be keeping Bog up, but Entomb Reanimate demands other mana than they have there. All right, let's play around days. All right, let's see if we can get a Reclaimer down, or if they daze us. Daze here is sad. Force of Will is okay. Pitching a Brainstorm. What I was going to say there is that Daze is bad, but they're on the play, so they would be so far behind on that. I feel like they're struggling a little bit, or they're just sequencing it in the right or wrong way. Do we play around Daze next turn? Depends if they hit a land drop or not. If they fail to hit a land drop, we're playing right into that Daze with the Knight. If they hit a land drop, we're going to think about it. You hit the Sewers as a land drop. See what they juice up their graveyard with a Grief. That makes me a little bit more inclined to go after their black mana, and that's what I'm going to do. Problem here is that I don't want to use my crop rotation in this state. Or Wasteland, that's okay. That's no black mana. Saga. It's okay if they Wasteland Javimaya here. Harbinger next turn is a little bit annoying, but we'll manage. Ponder, I think that they're a little bit mana screwed. So if they fail to hit what they're looking for here, we're going to Knight and waste the Wasteland, and then we're going to play the Saga. We might even Wasteland them, because it feels like they're struggling a little bit on the mana front with the black mana in particular. So hopefully we can capitalize on that next turn. Getting an active Saga working is nice as well. Let's see, did you hit a land drop? A Wasteland. Yeah, that's okay. Soul Guide Lantern I like. I'm going to play Maze of Ith. I'm going to tap it for Soul Guide Lantern, and then I'm going to exile the Grief. That's in. That's huge. All right, so what do we want to do with the knight here? We could work towards a multi-turn path of wastelanding them. I think that's okay. Let's try attacking a little while. Yeah, that's the swamp that we're cycling. Go here. We're going to let them cycle the swamp. We're going to waste their wasteland. No, I accidentally pressed priority. My plan was to waste their wasteland. Reanimate. Psychic Frog. I will allow that. So let's see. Time to start going after their wastelands. So we're going to go after their wastelands now and see if that can allow us to get something started. Next turn. I mean, we have a huge knight. We have an Urza Saga. That's also a crop rotation. It could bring us closer to a Merit Lage, but we're going to start with the Urza Saga. Here, I like... So if I go and attack, just thinking about how to solve this problem the best. I could exile their graveyard so they can't give their frog flying. Then they have to discard their cards. I have them on a 3-turn clock, 2-turn clock here. So I think just going for the 2-turn clock here is the right play. And then having multiple anti-graveyard stuff open. They're going to get to draw cards with the frog. And I can't do that much about that. See if they play second frog, they can start chump blocking. I don't know if that's the way that they want to go. We'll see. Is it Harbinger? Yeah, it's Harbinger. So here we're going to tap this one for a mana. This was a forced block. That's bad. That's a bad play. I was thinking I want to go and get the planes when it was free with but I forgot that it's a forced block and that means that we could have a merit. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I don't need to jump anyway. Then we'll play Outland Liberator. Gives us isolation against Animated, but drawing that here in this position kind of makes me feel like I don't want to have that card anywhere near my deck in this game. All right, now they're discarding Reanimates. They're giving it Flying. They're playing a land, going down to 8. Okay, they're looking at the top of their card. Feels, do they even attack here? Yeah, of course they have removal for the knight. Of course they attack. Let's see, did you draw it? No, we won. Yay, 5-0. Happy. All right, 5-0 with green-white depths. The Sprouts edition. That was fun. It was fun to be able to reach the 5-0. We faced 2 scam decks, and I thought that we navigated them quite well, at least. I do know that I need to think a little bit about my board there, but hopefully they will just be legal for another week. So when recording, no, sorry, not another week. Sorry, they'll just be legal for another month. So it'll just be for these first couple of leagues where when I train. Now, looking at the list, let's see a little bit about it. So what are the main changes? Well, one of the changes is that we've taken away 1 thespian stage. Now I tend to want to play 3 thespian stages, but I thought that it worked good for this specific league. So I thought that's an okay change. I'll think about that one as well. Besagio did not come up as a card. Another thing that I forgot to mention as well is that we're down on 2 Savannahs, and that could be a little bit tricky. I tend to want to play at least 4 fetchable sources for flagstones, and I think that a 3rd Savannah as well would have made the mana base a little bit better as well. So I think that if I were to make any changes here, I might look at Besagio as a cut, and thereby cutting the life from the loam as well from the board, and then bringing back a Savannah in. I think that's something that I'll probably look at. When we look at the rest of the main deck, we have a couple of 1-mana artifacts. I think the Vexing Baubles are a must now when there's so much scam going around. The Solar Guidelander as well, and the Lava Spur Boots. If I were to run this back directly, I would probably cut one of the Vexing Baubles or put them to the board, because I really want a 4th knight as well. But I think that that's a place to start as a next potential list, looking at cutting a Bauble for a knight and then cutting a Besagio for a Savannah. That's probably what I would want to do. And then I would also somehow want to find place for a 3rd Thespian stage. And then if we go to the board, we're playing Macabres instead of Endurances. And when we don't face down Delver, stuff like that, the Macabres are good. They give us isolation in some matches where Endurance does not help, like Nadu does as Oracle matches. So I might look at bringing Endurance back in. I do enjoy them. The Loam could be Ramanap Excavator if you want that kind of effect in your board. And then we have the Pithing Needle and Disruptor Flutes, which they're not really my cup of tea. I would probably have won that combo match that I eventually won if I named the correct card with Disruptor Flute. But outside of that, I think that the Disruptor Flutes, I've been struggling against Doomsday, and I think that the flutes are okay there, but I could also see bringing the flying 1/2 Doorkeeper Thrall, bringing Doorkeeper Thrall in there as well, because that one helps us a little bit in the initiative match as well, if that comes a thing. Well, all in all, I'm very happy with the league, very happy with the 5-0. Great deck. We'll continue working on it. Hopefully I'll make a video next week as well. It's vacation time, so it's not guaranteed that I'll have time to do it all, but hopefully I'll be able to make one for next week, and you'll see a league with another version of the deck. Thank you for listening. Have a great day and take care of yourself.